The average Dominion energy bill for a residential customer will go up by $13 per month over the next 2 years. That decision was just handed down by the State Corporation Commission, which regulates the monopoly utility.
In this season of Thanksgiving, there's not a lot to be thankful for Virginia Dominion customers in these decisions.
The SEC approved changes that would amount to a monthly increase of $11.24 in 2026 and then an additional $2.36 in 2027 for the average household. Overall, that's about 30% less than what the company asked for in its initial proposal to the commission. In a final order, the SEC says it is obligated by law to allow the company to recover costs and earn a reasonable rate of return. The SEC says that has resulted in customers paying more, but not to the extent requested by Dominion. Company spokesperson Jeremy Slayton says the rate hikes will help cover cost of grid equipment.
We're talking about utility poles, wires, transformers. We understand that inflation has hit across everybody's household budget. But those same inflationary pressures are hitting us as well.
The commission also approved the creation of a new rate class for data centers. The growth of that industry presenting challenges for the company, existing customers, and the grid at large that have not been seen in decades, if ever, according to the SEC. Slayton says this change will require data centers to pay their fair share.
These protections are a win for Virginia consumers and will prevent data center costs from being passed on to other customers in the future.
But Brennan Gilmore of Clean Virginia argues Virginians have been and will be footing the bill for data centers anyway through these approved rate increases.
The demand created by data centers has touched every Virginian who pays an electric bill in one way or another. Virginia's electric consumption, if you take away data centers, is largely flat. There has been some minor growth, but not the kind of growth that would trigger a huge infrastructure build out that electric customers will have to pay for.
How much of the increase that was just approved would you attribute to the expansion of data centers in Virginia?
Well, first, I wanted to address what I want to point out that there was the recent JLARC study that looked into this issue and determined that data centers were paying their fair share. And one of the recommendations that came out of that study is this separate rate class for these high energy users.
I asked 2 more times for a more clear answer about the impact of data centers on the rate hikes.
I don't know how many times I need to say it, that the new base rates are a reflection of the inflationary pressures that we're seeing and the increasing cost of grid equipment that we use.
A 2024 JLARC report did say that data centers were paying their share of current cost, but projected their energy demands would likely increase costs for all customers in the future. I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.